Sister Wives Janelle Brown admits really convincing scam almost damaged her finances amid attempts to heal with family and 2025 detox. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown almost got scammed by a phishing email disguised as coming from her bank, and she's warning her followers to be diligent while she continues to promote her 2025 detox and new mindset. Janelle has been busy building a new life for herself after splitting with Brown family patriarch Kody Brown in 2022. The Sister Wives Season 19 star is still picking up the pieces of leaving the family, including battling with Kody and his remaining wife, Robyn Brown, over Coyote Pass, the land they purchased as a family back in 2018. The Sister Wives star is the family bookkeeper and knows about finances, and she isn't going to let scammers bilk her out of her hard-earned funds. Janelle posted an Instagram story to reveal that she'd received 3 urgent emails from her bank, asking her to call them immediately. She was suspicious of the emails and called her bank directly to inquire about them, only to be told the emails she'd received were fraudulent. "It looks really convincing," Janelle admitted. "This one is seriously one of the most legitimate phishing things I've ever seen. This one almost got me." Janelle is very active on social media. The Sister Wives star has been open about how her detox is changing her life and mindset. She always wants to inspire her fans and let them know that if they're stuck in life, like she was when she was married to Kody, they can always start over like Janelle has done. She's developing a community online of women who might be facing challenges similar to hers, and her new life is something others can strive for. Janelle's concern for her fans' well-being extends to their finances as well. As someone coming out of a complicated divorce and still tied up in financial entanglement stemming from her marriage, she knows better than anyone the value of financial independence. Her warning to her fans about not falling for phishing schemes speaks to this. Throughout the course of Sister Wives Season 19, we've seen a different side of Janelle. She's got a bolder, take-no-prisoners attitude, especially when going up against Kody. Still, we see that Janelle is also a caregiver, as she continues to try to help family members, like when she warned Mary Brown that she should lawyer up after leaving Kody. Janelle's caring spirit is reflected in her warning video. She's the voice of reason, always looking out for those around her, whether the Sister Wives star knows them or not. We love to see that side of Janelle is still alive and well. Janelle Brown sat across from her therapist, the soft glow of the lamp beside her casting shadows on her thoughtful expression. A long year had passed since her separation from Kody, but the emotional scars still clung to her heart like the bitter remnants of an old wound. She had spent months in a state of self-reflection and healing, trying to recover her sense of identity outside of her marriage and within the dynamics of her family. It was a process that felt both arduous and empowering, but life had other plans. She had been blindsided by something that shook her to her core. "Janelle," the therapist asked softly, "how have you been feeling about the recent changes in your life? You mentioned earlier that you've been focusing on your personal well-being." Janelle nodded, her lips pursed as she recalled the tumultuous journey she had taken. "It's been a lot," she said, leaning back into the plush chair. "I thought I was doing okay. I started detoxing in my life, focusing on my physical and mental health. I was prioritizing family, reconnecting with my kids, and trying to find peace. But then I got hit with something I never saw coming. A scam." Her voice faltered slightly, the weight of the admission heavy in the room. "It was really convincing," Janelle continued, her gaze distant as if the memory still felt fresh. "I've always been someone who likes to see the good in people, and when I came across this investment opportunity, it sounded too good to pass up. At the time, I was getting back on my feet financially, I wasn't in a place to make wild, irresponsible decisions, but this opportunity seemed like it could set me up for the future." The therapist leaned in, offering a silent invitation for Janelle to continue. "It was a financial opportunity," Janelle explained. "Something that promised big returns with minimal risk. And, that alone should have been a red flag. But the person I was dealing with was so charismatic and seemed so knowledgeable. They made everything sound legitimate, even providing me with documents that looked real. It was only after I sent some money over that I started seeing the cracks." Janelle paused, a deep sigh escaping her lips as she thought of the toll this scam took on her. "At first, I thought I was just being cautious. I asked for more details, but they kept telling me everything was fine, that my investment was growing. But then, when I tried to check in, they wouldn't respond. I was left in the dark, watching what little I had invested slowly disappear." A sense of frustration flickered in her eyes. The worst part was the shame. I should have known better. I've been through enough in my life to recognize when something feels off, but I got swept up in the idea of financial freedom, of having something that could finally be my own. I thought I was doing the right thing, but instead, I was left questioning my judgment. The therapist nodded empathetically, recognizing the vulnerability that Janelle was sharing. It sounds like it was a devastating experience, especially given everything you've been working through with your family. Yeah, Janelle agreed, her voice a little softer now. I've been working so hard to heal, not just from my relationship with Cody, but from everything that has happened over the years. I wanted to be stronger for my kids, for myself. This felt like a step backward, like I had taken 2 steps forward only to fall 3 steps back. But you're not defined by this mistake, the therapist reminded her gently. You've been through so much, and this setback doesn't undo all the progress you've made. Janelle nodded slowly, though the weight of the situation still pressed on her chest. She had worked hard to rebuild her life after her separation from Cody, focusing on her health, her relationships with her children, and finding balance within herself. But the betrayal from the scam was a stark reminder of how vulnerable she could still be. I guess that's what hurts the most, she said quietly. I thought I was past the point of being fooled. But I guess I'm still learning. Even though I've been focusing on detoxing from all the negative energy in my life, I still have a lot to heal from. The therapist gave her a reassuring smile. Healing isn't linear. It's okay to make mistakes and learn from them. What matters is that you're still moving forward. Janelle's gaze shifted, and she let out a breath. That's true. I just don't want to let this setback define me. I'm starting a new chapter, not just with my family, but with myself. I want 2025 to be about growth, about detoxing from anything that doesn't serve me. Whether it's toxic relationships, unhealthy habits, or even these financial traps. I've got to stay focused on what matters, and that's my health, my family, and my future. She paused, a spark of determination in her eyes. I'm not going to let this scam ruin my plans. If anything, it's made me more cautious, more aware of where I put my energy. I want to be better for myself and for the people I love. Her therapist smiled warmly. It sounds like you've already made an important shift in perspective. Recognizing your own strength and ability to heal is the first step. Janelle's mind wandered back to her family. Her children had been supportive throughout her journey, especially after her separation from Cody. Though the dynamics had changed, they had all found new ways to come together, finding common ground and focusing on their shared future. She had leaned on them, and they had leaned on her. We've been through so much, Janelle continued, her voice steady, and I'm proud of how far we've all come. But I also know that this year, I need to focus on myself. Detoxing my life, mentally and physically, getting rid of the things that no longer serve me. That's the next step. The therapist nodded, acknowledging her growth. It sounds like you're on the right path. It's about balance and recognizing when something no longer fits into the vision you have for your life. I'm still figuring that out, Janelle admitted. But I'm getting there, one day at a time. As she left her session, Janelle felt a sense of clarity. The scam may have been a setback, but it had also illuminated the importance of trust, not just in others, but in herself. She was learning, growing, and focusing on the right things. Detoxing from the negativity that had plagued her life was her mission for 2025. And as she walked toward a future filled with possibility, Janelle knew she had the strength to face whatever came her way.